Hello and welcome back to NSUSpartans.com, fueled by Gatorade from Orangeburg, South Carolina. The Spartans win here in Orangeburg for the second time in a row. Your final score tonight, 17-7. Norfolk State forces 2 turnovers, keeps South Carolina State at bay in the second half, but it was the defensive effort and then the arm of Juwan Carter which got the Spartans on the board here tonight. A big touchdown to his high school teammate, Isaiah Winstead, and then his legs got it done, the second touchdown for Norfolk State as he ran it in from 1 yard out. Norfolk State offensively tonight with 413 yards of total offense, including 132 on the ground, 281 for Juwan Carter through the air. We'll talk with the defensive player of the game, Nhyre Quinerly, who had his 3rd interception of the year tonight, as well as our head coach, Latrell Scott, on the NSU Sports Network. Coach Scott, I think one of the big things you talked about coming into this ball game was controlling their athleticism. You also wanted to control the line of scrimmage in the first half and down the stretch. We did a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football.
Well, I thought we played as well as we could have played in the first half in all 3 phases. I thought we controlled the ball offensively. We were pitching the shutout defensively, and special teams, we were playing very well. We wanted to try to come out in the second half and keep that momentum, but they came out and challenged us, and as you said, we were able to put the game away with some big plays by the defense and some conversion by the offense down the stretch.
You know you're not going to get a clean game. You know they're not going to just go away. This is a very athletic team, young quarterback who hadn't seen much success. Talk a little about after he got going, what we did to make sure that he couldn't sustain it.
Well, it hurt to lose Nigel Chavis. When you lose your best player, to an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, that hurts. And, they started taking advantage of some of the situations that we think Nigel would have made a play in. But you have to credit Coach Pugh and his staff. But at the end of the day, as you said, we were able to get some stops and rip the ball out and, get the ball down here in the 2-yard line and then get out of that hole and kick a field goal. So that's a 98-yard drive to go up 2 scores.
You talk about the special teams tonight. I think maybe one of the biggest games when in the fourth quarter when you needed Taylor to make a punt and flip the field, that really changed what they wanted to do on the offensive side.
Well, we've got to get Taylor's family to the games more. Taylor's a Georgia kid, and he had a big cheering section. I'm sure he wanted to play well in front of them, and he did. Josh Nardone did well on the kickoff team and also, nailed a 27, 28-yard field goal there to put us up 2 scores. I thought our kickoff team played fairly well tonight, as you said, the punt team. So the phases of the special teams are getting much better.
I think one big thing, if you look at this ball game as well, Pooty coming back from that one game where he sat, it was only a quarter. He's been off really for 3 weeks. And he started off a little slow, but then he picked it up during the middle quarters. He's showing you a lot of growth at the quarterback.
Well, 2 turnovers, we can't have that from him. He's a better player than to turn the ball over twice, but, they're mistakes. And obviously he was able to make some big throws here late in the game to get us out of a jam. But as you said, he's only played 2 halves of football all year long, and he's going to get better. It's almost like he's coming out of training camp off a layoff. So we'll get him back and get him another full week of practice, and he'll be better next week for Delaware State.
And you talk about Delaware State, you can't get too high off this one ball game. It was good to win a game on the road in a tough environment. You have to get back to work because that's another winless team coming into Dick Bright Stadium. They had the week off. They want to play well.
Well, I don't know if Morgan State had beaten anybody before they beat A&T today. It's the MEAC. A lot of quality coaches, a lot of quality student athletes. Anybody can beat anybody. The fortunate thing is we do get the opportunity to play at home. We want to challenge our students and our fans and our alumni to come out and support us as they did versus Virginia State and James Madison. And, we hope to have another great game day atmosphere and give those guys something to be proud of.
Also, nice crowd here tonight at South Carolina State. Hey, Coach, everything considered, if there was anything you wanted to get back to the drawing board and say, we got to fix this, what's one of the big things you want to work on this week?
I think just starting faster in the second half, and obviously we got to limit the turnovers. And defensively, they ran the ball, in the second half. But, 400 yards of offense, over 50 yards of, over 50% on our 3rd down conversions. I think that's something that we hadn't done in the past. And, so we're getting better on a weekly basis. But, again, we got another tough game next week.
Second straight win in Orangeburg for the Spartans. Congratulations, Coach.
No question. I want to say one thing. I thank Buddy Pugh after the game. Buddy Pugh's been a mentor to me since I was a young coach, 24, 25-year-old coach, and what he's done here in Orangeburg is short of amazing. And for me to, have the opportunity to come down here and play him one last time at his place is, something special to me.
Thank you, Coach, for your time.
Thank you.
Nhyre, as we look at this ball game as a whole, we knew this was a team coming into tonight's ball game that hadn't had a lot of success. We just needed to do the small things, make sure we played our keys, did everything we were supposed to do to come off with a victory, and we did a good job tonight of controlling the ball game.
Yes, sir. We did a good job, but like I told the guy in the locker room, we can't get, too happy. You know, you got to understand that, you know, we got bigger dreams than just beating this team. You know, don't get me wrong, this team is a great team. You know, they're going to go far in the conference play, but we got to do better. At the end of the day, we didn't do good enough in my eyes today.
You look at it, made a couple plays behind the line of scrimmage. The third quarter, it was a big play down at the goal line. I think you made the play, a strip down at the goal line. They looked like they were moving the football at will against us, and you came up with that big strip. Talk a little bit about that play.
I mean, we had good team ball, and you know, when I saw the opportunity, I just took it. You know, I knew we needed a turnover, so I guess it was just my turn to make it. You know, it's Team D.
You talk a little bit about turnovers. That's what this team was built off last year, especially on the defensive side of the football. Talk a little bit about some of the things y'all practice and some of the things y'all do to make sure you get those turnovers during the ball game.
Like in practice, I know a lot of things. A lot of times, what we do is we work on punching the ball out and stripping the ball. You know, even in practice, and Coach Dawson doing a great job, and when we're in practice, having us run to the ball. You know, no matter, even if one person might have a tackle, because you never know in the game. A guy can miss a tackle. You know, it's life. You know, so we do a great job of running to the ball in practice and it correlate to the game.
You just said you don't want to get too high after this ball game. You still have about 8 more games to play. Talk a little about how you keep yourself humble and how you keep yourself grounded as a team moving into next week against Delaware State, which is a conference game.
You go back to work. You know, this win over with. Whatever we did good or bad this week is over with. We got to come back tomorrow. As soon as we get back in town, we got to get back to work. You know, all that, you know, plan and, you know, celebration. It's cool, you know, celebrate your wins, but we got to learn when it's business, it's business.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
We thank Nhyre and Coach Scott for their time tonight. Don't forget Norfolk State back at it next week as they host Delaware State. Game time is at 4 o'clock p.m. at Dick Price Stadium. You can catch all of the action right here on the NSU Sports Network and ESPN3 next week. We thank you for your time. You've been looking at NSUSpartans.com, fueled by Gatorade.